That's a story for another day. On page 3, we also have an interesting story with residents collecting signatures to get rid of Babayao. This, of course, is after he was barred from going to office on allegations of graft, and the court did rule that he should not step in office. But again, this reflects on several areas. War on graft, the judiciary, because these are some of the issues that are being raised that leave Kenyans wondering, where are we in our war against graft? We have a governor who has been, accused of graft, but cannot step into his office. So of course, that affects the running of the county. So they're now collecting signatures to see whether they can actually have him impeached.
Now, again, this really brings to question again our legislation in terms of even replacing. Remember, we have some bit of quagmire in terms of even getting a deputy governor sitting in the shoes of the governor, on specific issues that are really can make the county move forward. Perhaps in the BBI, this is what we expect to realize in terms of bring clarity in what happens. Truly, it is not morally upright that because the governor is elected by the people, but he has resources that are entrusted to him, and then because he's a politician, for example, he can be given a bond and run into the office. And he's not only Babayao in this spot. I can tell you a lot of graft cases that are sitting in here, and I want to appreciate Judge Mumbi, who set serious precedents that has made us now realize that we need to take responsibility. Remember, governors like the person of Babayao would drag this case for about 10 years. Now it's in the interest of Babayao to have it concluded quickly, to go back to office. I think this is an landmark judgment, in my opinion. But then, can we have legislation that now makes it so clear that what happens in the event, that until it clears, the county must run.
It must run.
Now you see, the citizenry are wondering what they're supposed to do. The deputy cannot touch the change of the cabinet, and you know they are all loyal to Babayao. Therefore, Kiambu, for as long as Babayao is not in office and his team is in place, Kiambu is not going to move. And we are compromising the service delivered to the people of Kiambu. I believe that we need to look at our law and maybe the constitution and see how best we can have rogue governors brought to account. And it's not, I can tell you, it's not only Babayao, but most of them are even using our resources to protect themselves in office.
There are those who are even proposing that a governor should be appointed as opposed to being elected. And of course, what makes somebody like Babayao so difficult to remove from office completely is the fact that he's elected. So what happens to the vote of the people?
If you asked me, that would have been the best way to go.
To have governors
because
appointed.
Remember, you cannot execute your executive functions and target with political interest. You are necessarily going to be biased, certainly, because you want to please your people for elections. But we want a governor who is going to make decisions that are not bent on political re-election. And that's why I think, in fact, in our thinking in Bomas, we thought they would be elected through a collegiate, so that they don't have the direct mandate of the people, but they are given mandate, and it can be changed as and when there is need. So I think governors being elected, to me, is a disaster, because you cannot balance the two. For sure, you'll be either compromised or you'll be biased against other things.
And as we wait for the Building Bridges Initiative report, let's wait and see whether that's one of the things that possibly would come up on the amendments. On page 4,